Question. DS. Seats are arranged in a theater S. If the number of rows of seats is 2 less than the number of seats in each row, how many rows are there? Condition 1. The theater S has 48 seats. Condition 2. In the last 2 rows, 16 people can sit in the seats. Solution. Now we will solve this DS question using the variable approach. DS, one variable, question. Condition 1, one equation. Condition 2, one equation. DS question with one variable. Let the original condition in a DS question contain one variable. Now, one variable would generally require one equation to allow solving for the value of the variables. We know that each condition would usually give us an equation, and since we need one equation to match the number of variables and equations in the original condition, the equal number of equations and variables should logically lead to answer D. Don't be scared if this question appears in the actual exam. You have the variable approach. Let's apply the 3 steps suggested previously. Follow the first step of the variable approach by modifying and rechecking the original condition and the question. Let the number of seats in each row be n, as shown in the above figure, and the number of rows it then n minus 2. Follow the second and third steps. From the original condition, we have one variable, n. To match the number of variables with the number of equations, we need one equation. Since conditions 1 and 2 will provide one equation each, D would most likely be the answer. Recall 3 principles and choose D as the most likely answer. Let's take a look at each condition. Condition 1 tells us that the theater S has 48 seats. With n seats in each row and n minus 2 rows, the resulting equation is n times whole of n minus 2 equals 48. Distributing n through the bracket gives us n squared minus 2 times n equals 48, which can then be arranged to get n squared minus 2 times n minus 48 equals 0. We then factor this equation by finding 2 numbers, say p and q. Then multiply to p times q equals negative 48, and add to p plus q equals negative 2. Possible values, negative 8, 6. We then get n minus 8 times whole of n plus 6 equals 0, or whole of n minus 8 equals 0, so n equals 8, or whole of n plus 6 equals 0, so n equals negative 6. Since n is positive, n equals 8. It is a unique answer, so this condition is sufficient. Condition 2 tells us that in the last 2 rows, 16 people can sit in the seats. So, 2 times n equals 16, and we get n equals 8. It is a unique answer, so this condition is sufficient. Each condition alone is sufficient. The same logic applies to this question as well. The answer is D because there is one variable. This method is already proven. So D is the correct answer. Answer D.